Wes Huff, the big bad wolf. Get him in here, y'all. You don't want to miss this.
And the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown letter. Peace.
Young
Be unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, man, Young TV, your authorized dealer, man. Get him in here. You don't want to miss this. This was Billy Carson Setup with Wes Huff, the big bad wolf, the great white hype. Now, y'all remember that movie, The Great White Hype, with Damian Wayne, right? And y'all remember, pretty much it's the same. That movie is the scenario. That movie. Damian Wayne thought that he was, he had to practice for this guy. And he thought that this guy was easy and this guy was a tough guy, right? But what happens is, if you could tell, man, I heard a lot of people online talking about, oh, Billy Carson got crushed by the dude, the white Christian guy, whatever. And I heard it for like a couple of days. I say, you know what? Let me, because I'm hearing a lot about this. Let me go on, look into this and see what's going on with this. And yeah, Billy Carson got his butt kicked. He got his butt kicked, man. But here's the thing, though, because I'm honest and I'm pretty smart and intelligent. Billy Carson, I'm gonna tell you what I think the scenario is just from me looking at it. I think that what Billy Carson's wife is saying and what everybody's saying about he was tired. I think that it looks like he had just got off a flight from somewhere, or somewhere he came from somewhere where he looked like he was real tired. And I believe they called him probably at the last minute because they set him up. They set Billy Carson up on this. They called him at the last minute, and he probably tried to talk his way out of it. But being that who these guys are, and they was connected, and it was a good look to go do the show for these guys. And not to mention, they offered him a lot of money, enough money to make a nigga stay up an extra 2-3 hours. I'm telling you. They offered him enough money to make him stay up for 2-3 hours. So Billy Carson was like, I'm gonna tell you what I like that he was thinking. He's thinking that the dude called him, say, "Hey man, we need to do this show. We got to do it tonight, though." Billy like, "Man, can we do it like another day? Cause like I'm about to go home, give me some rest, man." "Oh nah, man, this dude want to do it now. He don't got no other time to do it. I tell you what, we'll give you $2,000 extra on top of what we was already gonna give you. If you come on now, you ain't gonna be long, man. It may be a 45 minutes to an hour. We're just gonna take a couple questions It's gonna be an in and out deal. That's what Billy Carson thought when he went. He's then also on top of that, and he's like, who's the guy? Oh yeah, he's Wes Huff, man. You know, the dude didn't tell him that, oh, it's Wes Huff, the Great White Hope, the dude that they sent that studied for the Christians for the West, the big bad wolf. He didn't know he was gonna run into the big bad wolf, Wes Huff, right? Who ain't no young punk off the streets. Tell me young, like, you know how they do, like in The Great White Man Can't Jump, where they used to run that, where Wesley Snipes used to run that scheme where he had like he's some scrawny white boy, and then when he get in, he throwing passes behind the back and alley hooping. It's a white boy like that. What his name is? That A1 white boy. They be dressing up in the mascot. He go out there like an old man or something, and then he can't play, and then he out there crossing over and throwing the ball behind their back and shit. It's kind of like that scenario. So Billy Carson, first of all, if he was really studying Malachi, because Malachi is the one that said that talked about the book of Barnabas and really go into depth on that. And if he would have listened to the Malachi tapes that we got on the book of Barnabas, or went to those schools, he probably could have gave a response. Now, but I think that Billy Carson was half of the time he was talking out the side of his neck because he was asleep. So he was just saying a lot of stuff and he didn't come prepared for that fight because he didn't know who he was. He didn't know what it was. No, completely. He just was going looking out for some guys that these guys that had the show, and he ran into a straight left jab from Wes Huff, man. Wes Huff was ready for him. But it's a lot of questions that I would have for I would like to battle Wes Huff. Put me up against Wes Huff. And I ain't the bad. I'm one of the I can't say I'm one of the sorriest, but I'm one of the lighter students of Malachi. I'm one of the lighter Malachi students. It's a whole bunch of them out here better than me. He don't want to go up against phase one. Right? He don't want to go up against nobody like phase. He would have got checkmated in 3 moves. I could checkmate him in 3 moves. I listened to the show. I could checkmate him in 3 moves. It's a lot of stuff it's a lot of words. See, it was a lot of key words that were used that got took out of context, like the word plagiarized. The Bible wasn't technically plagiarized from the gimmicks, Elk McLeish, and the other books. Those books, the words you want to use is reference. The Bible reference. Use those books as a reference point. And it's but it was different. It's different perspectives on that. The Bible used several paradigms as a perspective, but the oldest perspective in the book is the creation story, and then the story of the birth of Jesus, which is really the story of the birth of Haru. Actually, another key point is that Christianity really is one of the oldest of the 3 religions. Judaism and Islam was created after Christianity. Christianity really is an ancient Egyptian religion. It goes all the way back to the Dogons. And the Immaculate Conception story actually comes from the ancient Kemetic story of Inanna and Haru and Osiris being killed, murdered by his brother. And then they see, when these Greeks came in, they saw that this bird, which they later turned to the Holy Ghost, this bird leaving from the sarcophagus of Osiris landed on Inanna, Ishtar, Aset, and impregnated her. And they took that as the Holy Ghost. And that's how the bird, I can break down the whole dialect. But the New Testament is older than the Old Testament. And Billy Carson would have technically beat that dude down if Billy Carson if he would have gave him a couple more days, and Billy Carson would have did his little homework on Wes Huff and figured out that Wes Huff is the Great White Hope. He would have beat Wes Huff down, just like Damian Wayne would have beat the Great White Hype down, beat the Great White Hype down in that movie if he would have said, okay, I know what I'm up against. Because Damian Wayne in that movie, when he went to go fight the Great White Hype, he didn't even train or nothing. He was eating bubble gum, eating pizza, wasn't even training. Just like, oh, this dude gonna be a piece of cake. And then he went up in there and got his butt kicked. And now this dude got 100,000 subscribers off that, and a million, 1.3 million plays off of that debate. Right? He just made him the Great White Hype. They lifting him up until he till he come back in contact with, and he don't want to fight Billy Carson again, just like in the movie. He don't want to fight him again. He don't want to give Billy Carson a second chance because Billy Carson will destroy him easily. So yeah, the brother was half asleep. You could tell, well, he was more than half asleep. The brother really was asleep. He was sleepwalking. But I'm telling you, they offered him a lot of money to probably do that show. And like I say, he wasn't prepared because he going thinking he gonna fight against some of y'all punk off the street, some of y'all Mormon guy or something. Thought he was gonna run into some Mormon, and he ran into Wes Huff, the big bad wolf. And Wes Huff huffed and puffed and blew his house down. Right? But like I say, Billy Carson would have beat that dude down, man. It would have been brutal. That's why they caught Billy Carson like they caught him. They caught him when he just got off the plane. When he's been up 36 hours and he trying to go get some sleep. But for $10,000, man, I would have stayed up an extra 4 hours, extra too, man. You know what I'm saying? To go debate a young chump off the streets. Now I would have beat that guy down, man, because I had a lot of questions for that guy, Wes Huff. You know what I'm saying? Because he said that the book of Barnabas was a fictitious book, or it was a make-believe book. And then he said that it's a lot of things that he said that I said, man, he pretty much shooting his own self in the foot. Wes Huff shot himself in the foot in his own, and then he was giving Billy Carson the ammo to destroy him in his own. Like the dude, I ain't gonna lie, now that dude Wes Huff ain't no punk now. He ain't no young punk. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no young punk. He's sharp. And but he gave Billy Carson the ammo to destroy him in, like, it's like he was beating it's like they brought Billy Carson in there so this dude can hold him up by the shirt and punt up a couple. Like the beat on him. Because that dude was telling Billy Carson what to say against him. And I guess Billy Carson was so asleep that he didn't even hear him saying it. He was double talking double. That white boy was double talking, man. I'm telling you, West. So am I taking up for Billy Carson? No. Am I taking up for West? No. I'm not taking sides. I'm saying that wasn't a fair fight. Anybody can see that they got any sense. Billy, I'm gonna tell you, man. One thing I know why I say it wasn't a fair fight is because Billy Carson will talk your ear off. If anybody know Billy Carson will talk your ear off, especially if it's about some that he like talking about, extraterrestrials or or stuff that they was talking about. He would talk your ear off, clean off of your head. And when that dude was asking him stuff, he only gave 2-3 words because he was so tired and exhausted. He only said this or that, and it was just short. But when that dude, if Billy Carson was in his full capacity, when that dude asked him a question, he would have gave him 10 minutes worth of information on that one question. But since he was asleep, he only gave him like 5 or 6 seconds on whatever he was talking about. Just short answers, quick, like he wasn't even caring about what he was saying. So it's like that part. So I know that he wasn't all the way right. If Billy Carson was go against the Great White Hype, Wes Huff again, Wes Huff would get beat down, and it wouldn't even be a match. Just like in the movie Great White Hype, the dude get beat down once the dude know what he was doing, know what he coming up against. So did Billy Carson take a L? Yes, Billy Carson took a L, but it was like it's not even should be counted because of the situation. It's not even counted in my category. It's not even counted as an L. It's counted as they cheated. Just like that dude Tyson Fury be cheating when he was fighting Deontay Wilder and putting rocks and shit in his gloves. So they put rocks in Wes Huff gloves, got drugged, pretty much drugged him with some money because they got him to stay up an extra 4 hours because he was melatonin out, man. His melatonin, he was overdosed almost on melatonin. The melatonin was saying, look, I'm gonna tell you, it's a certain point where your body produce melatonin to shut your organs down, shut everything down. So once you go past that point, you pretty much start getting high. So Billy Carson appears to look high. Why do he appear to look high? Because he high off of melatonin from the automatic kick in of the melatonin saying, hey, you gotta go to sleep, man. Shit, you've been up 36, you've been up this amount of hours. Boom. Then his brain just studied producing it, and he studied fighting it, trying to stay up to help these guys out. And boom, he up there talking like he high, look like he drugged out. Why? Because he is drugged out on melatonin, on his natural hormone brain frequency kicking in, saying you gotta take a nap, man. You gotta go to sleep, do something. Like go to sleep. He looked like he was almost about to go to sleep on the show, literally. So we ain't making up no excuses for nobody. We're just saying that's the facts. If for anybody that got any sense that looked at the thing. So Wes Huff is running off like he did great white hype and like he got a good win. That wasn't no good win. And then why he on put me up against Wes Huff? Let me go 30 minutes in the wing with Wes Huff. And he's supposed to know all these languages and studied all this. I ain't gotta know all that. I just ask simple questions. Like, is there mistakes in the Bible? Or is there any contradictions in the Bible with the Old Testament, between the Old Testament and the New Testament? Is there any contradiction in the Bible? And if he's gonna be honest, he'll tell you. And then if smart as Wes Huff is, he probably know the number of how many discrepancies there are. It's like 100,000, ain't there? Wes Huff, the big bad wolf. So 100,000 contradictions and discrepancies in the Bible. How is that happening? How's that happening, West? And then another thing you got to realize is that the gimmicks, epics, leash, and the people who the storyline that's going in the Bible, this really is the same people, just newer generations coming down from the same people. Inky, Enlil, these people, the Anunnakis. So Wes Huff is a sneaky guy, and his promoters, just like on the hype, the great white hype. So now he got all this hype. He getting all these plays. Everybody want to know who this guy Wes Huff is that huffed and puffed and blew Billy Carson's house down. Right? Like he the big bad guy. But see, what that's gonna do is, see, you never get hyped up like that, because if you go watch the great hype, you'll see what happened to that guy, the great white hype. You'll see what happened to him, right? And so the next guys, now it's gonna be other people looking to come after you, Wes. There's some big bad guys too. Me, like the Malachites, we don't go picking on nobody, right? We don't go picking on nobody. We don't go around saying, because we ain't no bullies, right? But I bet you they won't put me in the ring with Wes Huff. Hey, y'all send this to Wes Huff. Tell him I want a battle. I want a battle. Tell Wes Huff I want a battle. And I bring slides and everything. I bring all of the key points. I want to ask Wes Huff this. Wes Huff, do the Bible mentions of books that's not in the Bible? Hey, Wes Huff, do the Bible mention of books that's not in the Bible? I got a lot of questions for Wes Huff. Man, we got 360 questions to ask Wes Huff. You know what I'm saying? We got 360 questions for Wes Huff. Hey, Wes Huff, is there any books in the Bible that's mentioned in the Bible that's not in the Bible? Because then we can get around to that book of Barnabas that he talked about. There's a lot of key points that I knew Billy Carson probably would have brought up if he wasn't drugged up on melatonin and needed to go to sleep ASAP. Man, I hope he had a driver from there, because he probably would, if he drove from that place, he probably would have fell asleep behind the wheel. I'm telling you, man, that's how sleepy the guy was. So them people ain't lying. His wife not lying when she said that he was exhausted, and they set Billy Carson. I believe that Billy Carson was set up on purpose to make it look like it came out. I believe that he was set up. They wanted to. They had that guys already knew all what he was gonna hit, the angles that he was gonna hit him at, and everything. This was the Great White Hope, the Great White Hype. Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, shout out that boy Anu, man. Anu, L. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of questions to ask Wes Huff. Like, this man, who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Bible? And then they was talking about another thing Billy Carson should have pointed out is that what translation was this guy reading? Because I heard him say that he was talking about Hebrew, but it's different Hebrew translations of the Bible. It's so many translations of the Bible. Which translation was he using? Is he using the King James, the New International? And then we go into the Hebrew. Wasn't no other, only the Torah was it. No, we can go into, man, that dude would have got destroyed if he would have stepped against the Malachite. That dude would have got destroyed. I'm telling you, man. So, but to be honest with you, that's what happens when you quote Doc, and you really ain't down with Doc. You know what I'm saying? When you quote shit like, oh, the Book of Barnabas and this and that, and Doc the one said that shit, and you ain't really listen to Doc, and you should go out there to say it, you heard because you heard Doc say it, and then boom, you don't know how to finish up on it, and you make all of us look bad. I'm just saying. Who was Barnabas? That's where you should have been. Let's get down. We got to go. You got to go into the deep depth. Who the hell was Barnabas? First of all, then you find out, oh, Barnabas was Jesus' brother. So wouldn't he be trusted? Supposedly, because we could get into who else is. It's another guy, James. Jesus in the book of Barnabas, it talk about Jesus getting married, and that Jesus didn't. I guess he was debating that one wasn't factual, because that it was put into Latin and another language first. But the New Testament was in Latin first. Greek, Latin, same thing. Greek and Latin is the same language, just a different dialectal intellect. It's the same language. So the New Testament was in Latin first. It wasn't in no Hebrew. So it's always going to be confusion, like Doc said, as long as you arguing from a linguistic standpoint, because that was the whole purpose anyway. Confuse them by the language. So this nigga saying Allah, this nigga saying Eli, and then they arguing as if that's two different gods. You know what I'm saying? Eli. Oh, no, nigga's Allah. No, nigga's Eli. My God is Eli. Your God is Allah. That's two different gods. No, that's the same dang on God. Are you arguing like Jehovah and Allah is two different titles? Jehovah really is a title. Yahweh. Linguistics is the only barrier that was missing in that conversation. The Wes Huff had the linguistics, but did Billy Carson have the linguistics? He probably could have researched the linguistics, but I don't think Billy Carson. If Wes Huff go against Malachi, he would have got checkmated in 3 moves. And that's really, I wouldn't even put Doc on him, man. That'd be being mean. We'll get somebody, even putting phase on him, would probably be mean. It'll be mean. So I'll take Wes Huff on. Come on, Wes Huff. Let's do it. Young Elder challenge Wes Huff to a battle. The Malachites versus Wes Huff. So he says, man, look, the queen of heaven is Inanna of earth. These people like to play these games. Look, because I'm gonna tell you another thing they try to make you believe that the people in the Bible are not real people. The people in the Bible are based on real people. Why you know that? Because they couldn't tell you about that storyline. That storyline is a storyline that existed. A lot of them, all them storylines existed. It's just that they telling the same storyline over and over again. Like okay, like for example, if you go back to Anshaw and his brother, which is Anu's father, they had a beef. The brother beef. They had a beef. And then it trickled down to Anu and his brother, Alelu. They had a beef. Then Enki and Enlil, they had a beef. Then Osiris and Satub, they got a beef. Then Esau and his brother, Cain and his brother. So it's always this story of his brother and my brother's keeper that just keep playing over and over again. It's just that when it's told in different cultures and over different time periods, the names might change, and a little bit of extra might be added or taken away from the story line, but it's the same story told over and over and over and over again. That's what they call remix, right? A lot of the music that's coming out or that's been coming out is just remix. You say, damn. So listen to a lot of the old songs. You figure, oh damn, they remixed it. Biggie Smalls did a remix to it. Ice Cube did some that the Ozzy Brothers did, and then even the Ozzy Brothers mix. Everybody build off the last. That's how this whole system is set up. It's called a chain reaction. Everything is based off. That's universal law. Chain reaction. One event stimulates the next. So the music that came before that music stimulated that music. James Brown come out of a gospel type energy, and he just put a little spin on it, and it became what they call it. And then somebody else get it. Bob Marley and them heard jazz, and they were playing jazz and put their own island spin on it, and it became reggae. So everybody take from before. So the Bible is taken from somewhere before that information. And what was before then becomes the question, Wes, when was the Bible put together? Because Wes Moore told, I'm gonna tell you, man, the great thing about it is if I think if Billy Carson wasn't asleep, he would have been hearing Wes Huff telling everything that he needed to just, I ain't saying destroy him, because he was very crafty. The great white hype was very crafty on how he suckered Billy Carson in to try to make him look crazy, make him look like he didn't know nothing and this and that. The brother was drugged, man, with melatonin. He was on a high dose from just being up so long. And like I say, when you stay up 24 hours or however long you stay up, your body, when it's time for you to go to sleep, and this is how you go to sleep, it's called melatonin, right? And it kicks on, and then it'll start pumping in your brain, and then eventually your brain will just keep producing it, right? And you can fight it and then make you high. And that's what stage Billy Carson was in. And if he would have kept fighting it, he would have probably passed out right there. And just you would have saw him gnawing off. And I think I did see him gnawing off a couple times on there. You can't fight it, man. It'll get you to so high to where you would just go out. And you don't be behind no wheel. Don't get you no Lincoln Town car or one of them Rolls Royce cars and be driving it with that with and that melatonin on you like it was on Billy Carson, man, he would have made it. And he wouldn't have remembered nothing. I'm telling you. He probably don't even remember half of the stuff that went down in that video until after he watched it the next day when he got up. Or when they came back saying, you got destroyed by this guy. So he went back and listened to it and he's like, oh yeah, I see what he was half asleep, man. So we ain't picking sides, we ain't taking nothing. Billy Carson took a L, he took a beat down, but it was a handicap match, man. It was a setup. Right? And now this dude is the great white hype. He gonna go off and he gonna thinking he can beat everybody up the same way, all the guys that's in the same field as Billy Carson, kind of like us, the Malachites. And he gonna go off thinking he can pick on anybody like that that's talking what Billy Carson talk. And then he gonna run into one of the Malachites and then he gonna get re-hit. He gonna get beat down. And then the guy, he better not run into one of them cherubim Malachites, because they had hold him up, like hold the back of his shirt up and beat him up like he did Billy Carson. You know what I'm saying? I might knock him on the ground and then help him out, pick him back up, dust him off. I'm one of the nicer students. You know what I'm saying? I might hit him with a right cross and then pick him back up. And then see how if he want to still go, you want to still go for some more? Oh, he wants some more? Bow, hit him with 2 more of them 360 questions to ask a Christian. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole bed. Doc already laid it out, man. It's over. Hey, you can't. So hey, spread the word. Young Ella want to fight with the great white hype, Wes Huff, the big bad wolf. And put it together. Huff and Puff, right? And West, as in, the West, the wicked witch of the West. And I got to give it to West. West ain't no punk now. He ain't no punk. You ain't finna just walk on him and think you finna just, it's gonna be an easy little, like you don't just beat up on him like, some little punk in the corner. I'm telling you. He got it. He know a lot. You know what I'm saying? As far as what his perspective is. Me, I ain't really into battling because now I understand that, it could be I could be looking on this side and it can have a sticker on this side, but you can't see it on this side. So we can argue all day long that it's a sticker on this side. I see it and you don't. So it's all perspectives. So really, when you get down to it, all that information really is one information. The Bible and the gimmicks, Epilesia is really one information. When you it's all tied in together. All of it tied in together, like Tahuti said. So it really ain't no argument when you get down to it. But just for fun, I'll battle West, and I battle him on anything that he want to battle on. It ain't got to be what he battled Billy Carson on. I'll battle him on anything about the Bible. But I ain't have to prove that the Bible is plagiarized. I think the Bible was used as a reference. I mean, the Bible used a lot of other books or a lot of other documents and things that were already in existence prior to it as a reference. And I think it's probably because they're the same people, right? Going down generation after generation, just the story. If you tell your son the story, and then he tell his son the story, and then after a while, the story start to change just a little bit and alter just a little bit. Especially if some of the story may get lost. It's like that type of thing. But what translation do first of all, I gotta understand what translation do Wes Huff want to use? Is he gonna use the King James? Is he gonna use? It's like about 800 translations of the Bible, and everybody know that's the elites. The elites sitting back watching, saying, "Oh yeah, Billy Carson right," but the other guy just made him look like just made him sit there and be quiet. And man, Wes Huff, everybody saying Wes Huff son Billy Carson. They saying Wes Huff sonned him, right? Yeah, Wes Huff and Puff. They say Wes Huff son Billy Carson. But like I say, it's just he might have sunned him, but I mean, it's just the facts still, man. Billy Carson wasn't all the way there, man. He was high off melatonin. Come on, man. So it's like this dude going bragging like he did something. He ain't do nothing. Because why he won't fight Billy Carson again? And if he beat him again, then we'll say, oh yeah, Billy Carson to his career go down out there. If you beat him again, fight him again. And then we'll see if you the great white hype like you say you is. Like you could beat these anarchy guys and these guys that talk about all this other stuff. He could beat these guys down. Man, Wes Huff would lose miserably if Billy Carson would have gave him another day to go take a nap and come back. He would lose miserably. It wouldn't even be. Now Wes Huff it would have been a good. He would have probably would have fought back a little, but it still would have been a beatdown. Just like the movie Great White Hype. And like I say, for you people that's just not tuning in, go watch. If you ever seen the movie with Damian Wayne called Great White Hype, this is the same scenario. Damian Wayne is Billy Carson, and the Great White Hype dude is Wes Huff. Go watch that movie, right? And so Billy Carson was high off melatonin, man, from staying up, trying to fight to sleep. The brother was talking out the side of his neck. And he probably drunk some coffee or something just to get through that. I'm telling you, he probably drunk some Red Bull. It like because you could tell that he had this burst of energy when he was getting ready for it, but then you could tell as he was going on, he was like, man, I really don't want to. He really was thinking that, oh, I'm gonna come and knock this dude out with one punch. That's how Billy. It's the same ideology or mentality that Damian Wayne had in the fight on the movie. He came really with a mentality, oh, I'm gonna knock this guy out one punch and I'm gonna go and just get in my car and go home, go to sleep because I'm really sleepy as hell. So he was gonna come. It was gonna be some young punk. The young punk was gonna throw a shot. He was gonna dodge it, then or grab it or something, then slap him around a little bit and say, oh, you had enough, and then go home. That's what he thought. But then he came in, and this dude was he been practicing the whole time, warming up. He been up waiting on this fight for a while. he was waiting on to get a piece of Billy, and they set Billy up, man. I'm telling you, Billy Carson got set up. So that's the answer to the question. Was Billy Carson set up? Yes. And them guys know that. And the guy that hosted that show, he even called that other guy and told him, don't do another show with him. You could take this and run with it, man. The dude holding up a plaque saying he got 100,000 subscribers off the Billy Carsons. It was a money grab, just like they did Tyson when they made him get beat down by the dude Paul dude with some thongs on. It was a humiliation ritual. Do I think that the Billy Carson was a humiliation ritual? No. They just got lucky, man. Just caught Billy slipping. That's all it was. They got lucky. And Billy Carson, he tripped. Only reason he tripped because the dude going out with hyping and then want to do another one. But the way I look at it, Billy, you got them boys paid you good, didn't they? So just keep on going. Everybody know the truth, man. Just by if they got any sense, you know. And I think that what you should do is do a rebuttal tape. He might have already did it. I don't know because I don't really get time to watch nobody else. And so I got so many tapes I'm putting out myself. But what he should do is just go take the key points that were made in that tape and just do a rebuttal tape on it. The rebuttal tape to the Wes Huff debate. Like I said, he might already did it already. And that'll clear everything up. Because like I said, that wasn't. Go tell Wes Huff to go pick on somebody that's not half asleep, man. Come on, man. You gotta wait till the man half down to try to kick him. That brother looked like he been flying 24 hours on a flight. And looked like he might have had a drink or two the night before. Like he had a drink or two, then he got on he left somewhere, got on a plane, and then he might have just, laid his head back a little bit, really couldn't sleep because, how it is on a plane. And then boom, you get off. And then as soon as you get off at the airport, some guy calling you up and say, "Hey man, I need you to come by while you like in this area right now." And because the dude Huff want to do the show. And he's like, "Oh yeah, man. Could y'all reschedule it, man? Because I'm kind of like not up to it right now." Well, we got like extra $2,000. Man, $2,000. That sounds nice. Man, we got an extra $3,000. And man, you gotta do this for me, man. You gotta look out for me on this, man. We can't. The dude sweet talked him into it. Got him over there for the setup. They paid Billy Carson to set him up just like they did Mike Tyson. So it's all just hype, man. And eventually you're gonna see that it was all hype, and that Wes Huff is gonna run into somebody like Young Elder, or Phase One, or Hotep Alamoon, or Bodie. I don't know if Bodie would debate him because Bodie probably wouldn't debate him. Bodie really don't do debates. It's I played the blood of Jesus and that's it. You know what I'm saying with Bodie. So, but like I tell her, like any one of he went into any one of the real Malachites, he'd be checkmated in a couple moves. You know what I'm saying? Because I asked Wes Huff, can he show me anybody grave in the Bible? Show me one person grave in the Bible. And don't tell me David, where they made a tomb over there. Because now we figured out that, hey man, why that tomb ain't over here? Because we figured out y'all switched everything. Or did y'all have that tomb, Smithsonian Institute? Did y'all take King David's tomb from Illinois and take it over to Jerusalem to set up this new thing where I can say, oh yeah, the Wailing Wall and this and that? Did y'all take King David's tomb from Illinois? Because we heard y'all found Alexander the Great's tomb in Illinois. Did y'all hear about that? We put a tape out about it already. It's called America, the True Egypt of the West. So how's we finding Alexander the Great tomb and all these king tomb, Israelite tombs in America? But find me anybody tomb in the Bible besides the David tomb y'all said y'all got. Find me Abraham, Moses, anybody. Unless these people had another name, like Moses was really Thutmose, because we found that guy. Hey, shout out B Dill. Yeah, that boy B Dill doing great things. It says, B Dill take him out. B Dill finish him off. I'm telling you. Because we already got all the information we need to take the pretty much Huff and Puff blow his house down. All I gotta do is pull out one book, 360 questions. And boom, it's game over. And I ain't gotta ask him about 3 questions out of that book. I just scan through and pick 3 questions and ask him. Like, are there any contradictions in the Bible? Because one place it says that the man see God face, and he spoke to God as with a man, as a friend speak to his friend. It said that in one part in the Old Testament. Moses spoke to God as a friend speak to a friend. Fahim is the word there in Hebrew. Physical face. Fahim is physical face. So he spoke to God. But then you go to the New Testament, it says no man has seen God at any time. Which one is it, Wes? Can they see God or is that a figure of imagination? Or what is it? Is it allegory? What is it? Wes Huff, the big bad wolf. Yeah, we got 360 questions to ask a Hebrew, 360 questions to ask a Muslim, 360 questions to ask a Christian. I mean, let's go, like Faye said, let's go master for master. Ain't nobody messing with Dr. Malachi Z York, Imam Isa El-Hadi al-Mahdi, Baba Yanun. It's the name that we got to get down to. Ferti Atun Ray. So yeah, Billy. Yeah, I think you know what I think, because as soon as he said something about the Barnabas, and I said, oh yeah, he got that from Doc. It just came to my mind, like, oh, he heard Doc say it, but he didn't get the finishing touches on it. What the whole paradigm behind what Doc taught about Barnabas. So he just said, oh yeah, Barnabas. And then the white dude knew way more about Barnabas, and then so he just chopped him up. So yeah, Billy. So like, even though Billy Carson was half asleep, a lot of stuff I still think that he just was. He heard somebody say it, and it might not have been Malachi. I'm just saying. To me, it's what I think it was, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But it's like he heard somebody say that, and he quoted it out, but he didn't really go too heavy in on what Barnabas was all about and how Barnabas disagreed with Paul. But see, we had to have schools. Barnabas disagreed with Paul. It even says it in Paul's books of why Paul and Barnabas fell out. Who was Barnabas? Billy Carson really, to me, I'm gonna tell you this too. Another thing that I think too, that Billy Carson really, like, haven't read the Bible thoroughly like we have, like the Nuwapians have, like Doc, like the Malachites have. He hadn't read the Bible thoroughly like that. He just scanned through it and used reference points to cross-reference to the and I'm not the brothers watching, we're not here to attack or do nothing. We're just saying, well, this is my perspective, my opinion. So you don't probably give a damn about how I feel about it. It's just what I think, you know what I'm saying, about it. Yeah, Wes Huff wouldn't last 30 seconds with Rod Hayes. That'll be like Mike Tyson in his prime fighting against Pee Wee Herman or somebody. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And I'm telling you, man. And he really wouldn't. Billy Carson really would beat him down. I'm telling you, Billy Carson would beat the dude Wes Huff down if they wouldn't have set him up and had him where he was pretty much drugged up. It's like they pretty much drugged him because they knew that he was sleepy and on high off melatonin. I'm telling you, man. Billy Carson beat that dude down. And that's why he's scared to fight him. Man, look, FaZe, I'm going to tell you that I wouldn't even let FaZe fight. I wouldn't even recommend him to fight FaZe because FaZe would knock him out in 30 minutes. FaZe would sit there and toy with him for about 30 minutes to an hour, beating him down. He wouldn't even know he got beat down. It's like he would be cut all up, and the fighters, FaZe would beat him up and hold him up where he won't hit the ground just so he could keep beating him up in a subtle type of way. I'm telling you, man, he don't want to get into a fight like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I done seen him do it. He'd knock a guy out, and the guy be knocked out. FaZe would knock a guy out, the guy be knocked out, and he'll keep him up just so he can keep making an example out of him. Tell you. Because he'll knock him out and then go to another point and just keep knocking him out with different points to where it pretty much be over. And then FaZe keep going until he just say, you know what, I had enough. You know, I had enough of getting punched off. I'm telling you. That wouldn't be a fair fight. And FaZe ain't gonna be sleepy when he come. No, I ain't say that Billy Carson was Tammuz Sananda. I have a reason to believe Billy Carson is one of the elders, though. That one of the elders is using him as an avatar. I did say that before. Hey, I think. Hey, I know he was paid. I know for a fact he was paid. Now the amount, I don't know the exact amount, but he was paid. Now did he get paid to come? Know that he would get beat down? Nah, I think he just got paid to come on the show, and he just did it, because it was like, oh, I'm gonna knock this out. I did. He probably had did a couple shows that week, that day already. Anyway, he went on, just did it. He thought it was gonna be an easy knockout, like just like Damian Wayne thought in the movie. And he went in there, and that white boy started doing this, mixing up on, hey, what's up? What's up? Okay, all right, yeah, you Billy Carson? Bang, bang, bang. Started banging on him. He toyed with him, and he had a cup of coffee while he was doing it. Tell you, man. And it wasn't a fair fight, to be honest with you. If anybody, he pretty much blind. He was blindsided. He that's what it was. He was ambushed. It's another word you could put there. Billy Carson was ambushed by that guy. And the guy that really had to shut the show up really was the guy that set him up. And now Billy Carson, he say Billy Carson suing him, but I say just let him be the great white hype, because somebody that dude, he got to have another fight to prove that look, this is the thing about the great white hype. He got to have another fight against somebody that's worth the same level as Billy Carson to prove that he the great white hype. So he gonna have to come against somebody that's got skills. And like I said, he don't want to fight no Malachite. Yeah, well, the dude dropped a full debate on his page supposedly, but still, to me, like I say, Billy Carson was melatonin out, man. That brother was like, he could have probably. I'm gonna tell you how sleepy that brother was. When he got off that show, he probably could have went right on the couch or whatever couch that was in there, even probably laid on the floor if he had a pillow in there, and went straight to sleep. And you could have went through his pockets. That's how tired he was. You probably could have went through his pockets 10 minutes out, 5 minutes after he lay on the floor. He would have been in a whole nother reality. That's how tired that brother was. You probably could have called his name and shook him and everything, and it'd probably take him a while to come back. So Wes Huff, man, we don't count that. Come pick on Young Elder. We don't count that, Wes. Fight Billy again. Hey, debate Billy again. Then debate Billy again, where it's a stage, where it's like not stage, but like a scheduled thing where Billy know you gonna be there, and then tell us you beat Billy. Don't go out running this hype game, because all it is the great white hype. Don't go out running this hype like you just the baddest Christian guy down. You just beat the baddest guy around as far as the anarchy, or the philosophy that the Bible was taken from other books, or whatever the paradigm was. But like I say, Billy, you need to really study Malachi's stuff before you try to quote him. Because Malachi is the one that taught on that book of Barnabas stuff. Now, I can send you a link to the tapes where he talk about all that stuff on, and send you the books. If you want to get down on that, get more information on that, so you can get right on with that guy. Because it's talking about, was Jesus really crucified? And then we got to go back to Psalms 22. And was David crucified? A lot of questions we got. A lot of questions I got, man. Like, when did the J come about? because they was using the name Jesus. And I'm gonna tell you how good this white dude was, and how I know was this dude would lose to anybody that was just not halfway asleep. Because he was telling of how he was destroying himself. He was shooting himself in the foot in the same breaths of the stuff that he was arguing about. I might need to go back and do a watch the whole tape and just edit the clean parts out where the white boy said something, and then he was trying to debate Billy, but before he said what he said to go against Billy, he already had gave. It's like he spoke for Billy, and then backdoored him with what he was gonna say. Like he destroyed himself and then picked himself up in the same breath. If you watch that tape. So man, we didn't want to hold you long. Shout out Billy Carson, man. Like I said, we got Billy Carson's books and stuff. But like I say, man, I bet that dude won't fight Billy again. But like I said, in order to go out and bragging like he did, he got 100,000 subscribers. I guess it was just to get subscribers. That's the way he going out on it now, just to get subscribers and followers. So it's like this. They drug a guy, beat him down, put it on tape, and then he going around and say, "Oh, I beat the baddest guy up or the biggest guy," and he ain't beat nothing down. That was a rigged fight. Billy Carson would destroy that dude, man. Easily. Now I can't say easily, because like I say, I gotta give it to Wes Huff. Wes Huff ain't no punk now. He ain't no young punk off where you just no young Mormon bike riding punk now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my Mormons though. He ain't no guy that like how they get the Mormon, they get him off the street, and then the first thing they gotta do is go and do this propagation. So they just get him off the street, put a Bible in their hand, and then put him on a bike, put him riding around on the bike, right? So they run into certain guys and get their head chopped off because they really don't know nothing. Some of them actually go to school for a little bit, like a training program before they go out to propagate this Mormon doctrine, right? But yeah, that part, man, it's like it's all hype, man. To me, it's all hype. The great white hope, the great white hype. And so it won't be long for that brother coming to a debate, which they probably won't even post, or somebody gonna probably post it, where he come in contact with somebody else and they gonna beat that brother down. And then he won't be the great white hype no more. You say that dude was a Jesuit. He said what Wes Huff is a Jesuit. Man, I wouldn't doubt it, man, because he know a lot for the average. The way he look, he'll throw you off. The way he look, he look like old boy from Power, the dude they got playing Tommy. He look like a Tommy, right? He'll throw you off, but you'd be surprised that how many people that go out and they use dark shit, but don't never give them the credit. And then when they step out with somebody that's a real scholar, and them people really know their shit, and you quoting Doc, and you don't know your shit, and then you get chopped up. Now you make us look bad. You put on a Sabine uniform, say you a Sabine, say you Wu Sabat, and then you go out and a Muslim chop your head off. That's no Arabic, that know the Quran, or a Christian that know the Bible, know the translations, chop your head off. Because you ain't no black belt. You just got a black belt on. I'm telling you, man. You ain't no mental martial arts black belt. So don't put a black belt on saying you a black belt, and then you walk around and you meet up to another black belt and they want to spar you, and then they beat your ass and you can't play the piano at all. It's the same thing as getting up at the Apollo and saying you know how to play the piano, and then you get up there to play and you can't play a lick. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't that Billy Carson. I'm just because Billy Carson, like I say, he was drugged up on melatonin. He probably been up 36 hours before they had 2 drinks. Tell him, man. So the people not lying. His wife not lying when they say that Billy Carson, I think he was set up, man, by these guys, and that's why they don't want to fight no more. If it was if you beat the man fair and square, go beat the man up again, and then we'll say, damn, Billy Carson got beat down again by Wes Huff. Wes Huff a bad motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? He beat motherfucker down. He beat Billy Carson down. Ooh, Wes Huff, the big bad wolf. We'll be scared then, right? But like I say, he ain't really black nobody. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even put him up against Malachite. That'd be overkill. I'm gonna go get one of my Hebrew brothers from the Israelite ISUPK camp. Get one of my Hebrew brother. I get General Johanna chop him up. Or my brother Captain Tazariak. Right? Hey man, we know these guys came out to Doc, but Doc said we gotta spread the love at this point. Don't worry about the people that was dissing and doing that. Just show everybody love. So that's what we've been doing. We ain't got time to come out to people no more. We got time. We got a couple minutes on the clock. Doc says only a couple minutes on the clock. Keep going. Keep it moving. Stay busy. Keep putting out them tapes. Every day we putting out something. So this wasn't no come in to make fun or take up or none of that. It just come to speak truth. And what we seen, I mean, yeah, brother was set up, man. That answers the question. I don't think I don't know that he went to the brother's house or not. I mean, the white guy's house or not. I think he went to the guy's house that was hosting it, but I don't know if he went to Wes Huff house. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. A lot of that stuff that I hear him say, I be like, damn, man, it seemed like the way he's saying it seemed like, you know, it's connected with Doc. It was just put like that. And a lot of the stuff that he be saying, Doc don't got no tapes on it. So I said it for Doc because like he might have got it in the book or something. So I might have said it, and then the way I say it's the way I say certain things, and I listen to Billy, and I say, oh yeah, well I ain't never heard him say that until recently. It's certain things that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like the helicopters. Like Ink and them was flying helicopters. But that's neither here nor there, you know. Like I say, it's all love. We ain't here to make fun, and you know. But like I say, Wes Huff, man, y'all put the word out. Y'all ever want to battle Wes Huff, so we can get this great white hype. Maybe I get 100,000 subscribers. I'll beat him down since he want to say he beat Billy Carson down. He running off like he really did something, man. Beat a sleepy man down. You know what I'm saying? He beat a drunk man down, man. Come on, man. Yeah, like he really went out of it's like you tie a man hand behind his back and you slap him around and he's like you really did something. What you mean Billy Carson didn't slip? I don't think he slipped. I don't think that he went and didn't know. Like I say, it's just like on the movie Great White Hype with Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne didn't prepare nothing for that fight because he's like, oh, I'm gonna just beat the crap out of this dude. It's a young punk, some young punk. I'm gonna slap him around, a couple rounds, then go knock him out. Stop playing with me, right? And it just wasn't that case. That just wasn't the case because Wes Huff is the dude they been the Jesuits, like they said, the Jesuits or somebody gotta have him in the gym studying different linguistics, studying different ancient texts as far as biblical go, and he was on point, man. He's on point. But he really told Billy Carson how to beat him in his own words. Like he was saying how to beat him. You go back and listen to the tape. he was saying, oh, he was destroying himself before he even said something. And I was like, damn, Billy Carson must be asleep because he must ain't hear this dude just said how he is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's how I know Billy was asleep. Billy would have caught that and destroyed that dude. He really would have caught all his punches and then just knocked him out. And like I say, I'm about to get out, but another key point I want to make to why I say Billy Carson was asleep and was drugged up on melatonin from just staying up for so long and his body was fighting it. It's because Billy Carson will talk your ear off. His wife know it. Everybody around him that been around him know it. If you talk to Billy about something that he like talking about, your ear will get talked off. Okay? So when if you go back and watch the video, Billy, when the dude was asking certain questions, Billy answers was real short, like 2-3 words. Like, oh, this is it. But like usually if he was up and he was set up boy, he would have probably gave him 10 minutes response, 5-minute response on all those things that he was asking. You know what I'm saying? But he only gave short, quick because he was trying to really get it over with. He was in a rush. It was a whole bunch of things that played a key part in that video based on me watching and just being able to read people. He really wanted to get it over with. He really didn't think it was gonna be no fight. It was just a whole bunch of stuff that played into that situation. And so now Billy Carson like, damn, okay, this nigga say he beat me, I was asleep. All right, let's fight again. Cause I was really, it's kind of like Debo, Craig beating up Debo. And Debo wants that fight that want to catch that fade again, you know. So on that note, man, we about to get up out of here. We love you all. We got more coming tomorrow, man. We got something coming out every day. Check us out on the video side. We just put out the Reptilian Mother Hoover tape. And what time is it? Everybody's going to sleep now, so we can't go live again, but on another subject. The anarchists got to get Wes Huff. That's funny. Man, Wes Huff, all he got to take is if he go do a debate with anybody else, he'll get destroyed. They said Billy Carson was to put that guy up like he's some bad hype guy. The next guy he go against, they're going to beat him down. And that's it. We out. Peace. And we're going to win this war. Why? Because we can dance and they can't. And you know what? Never have it been made so clear.